The movie starts with a mysterious man called a shaman. He's like a witch doctor, practicing dark magic with creepy stuff like body parts and strange ingredients. One day, two sisters, Irma and Wulan, visit the shaman. Irma is head over heels in love with her cousin, Galan, and desperately wants to marry him. But Galang's family disapproves, and he's about to marry someone else. Irma, blinded by love, begs the shaman to cast a love spell on Galang, even if it means using black magic. Wulan, sensing danger, begs Irma to leave, but Irma refuses. She shows the shaman a picture of Galang, revealing he's her cousin. Shocked, the shaman warns Irma that black magic could be deadly, especially against family. Suddenly, a scary ghost appears, possessing Wulan. The ghost warns Irma that she'll be in grave danger if she continues down this path. Frightened, the sisters flee. 12 years pass. Irma, Wulan, and their mother visit Galang's house. He's now married to Nisa, and has a blind 12-year-old daughter named Sofia. They are all there to celebrate Sofia's birthday. We learn that Galang's mother, who recently passed away after a long illness, was Irma's aunt. It turns out Galang was once deeply in love with Irma too, but his mother made him marry Nisa. Despite this, Galang and Irma stayed close, but now, seeing his daughter and wife, Galang realizes his relationship with Irma is wrong. He tries to distance himself, breaking Irma's heart. To make matters worse, Irma is pregnant with Galang's child. Galang reacts harshly, urging Irma to leave and forget about him. Devastated, Irma tries contacting him, but he ignores her calls. Wulan scolds Irma, reminding her that Galang has a family and she's ruining their lives. Blinded by anger and heartbreak, Irma confronts Galang at work, demanding he takes responsibility for their child. Galang refuses, leading to a heated argument. In a moment of rage, Irma grabs a knife, but Galang pushes her away. Irma falls, tragically losing the baby. Galang rushes Irma to the hospital, racked with guilt. When she wakes up, she blames him for everything. Galang tries to reason with Irma, explaining that he has a family, and they can't be together. But Irma, clinging to his past promises, refuses to listen. Frustrated, Galang leaves money for Irma and walks away, making it clear that their relationship is over. Irma, heartbroken and alone, vows revenge. Meanwhile, on his way home, Galang encounters the Imam, a respected religious leader. Coming out of the mosque, the Imam encourages Galang to reconnect with his faith, reminding him that prayer can ward off evil. He also gives Galang a gift for Sofia. Exhausted, Galang falls asleep. He has a chilling nightmare where Sofia, her eyes suddenly healed, asks him for new eyes as a birthday present. The dream feels so real that Galang wakes up in a cold sweat. Rushing to Sofia, he's flooded with guilt, remembering how he neglected his wife during her pregnancy, which led to Sofia's blindness. The next day, Irma tries contacting Galang again. After ignoring her calls, he finally answers, unleashing his anger. Fueled by rage and despair, Irma decides to win Galang back, no matter the cost. She returns to the shaman, ready to use the darkest magic imaginable. Irma tells the shaman she wants Galang all to herself, with no other woman in his life. Even though she once cared for Nisa and Sofia, Galang's rejection has twisted her love into obsession. The shaman warns her again about the dangers of black magic, but Irma, consumed by her desire for Galang, ignores him. Irma gives the shaman all her and Wulan's gold jewelry as payment. The shaman's own mother, tempted by the gold, pressures him to help Irma. He reluctantly agrees, explaining he'll use a powerful type of ghost called an Anazar, which despises Muslims, to curse Nisa. This will lead to her death, along with everyone she loves. The shaman instructs Irma to get him a picture, hair, and blood from Nisa. He also needs a bone from a recently deceased person, which he'll wrap in cow intestines as part of the ritual. Following the shaman's instructions, Irma sneaks into Galang's house and steals hair from Nisa's brush, and used sanitary pads from the bathroom. Galang catches her in the act, furious at her intrusion. Despite his anger, Irma continues her plan, delivering the stolen items to the shaman. That night, the shaman performs the terrifying ritual. He combines the stolen items with the human bone, chanting dark incantations. The room trembles as a malevolent entity emerges. The shaman orders the entity to possess and destroy Nisa. He warns Irma that the next 5 nights will be torturous for Nisa, ultimately leading to her death and the deaths of her loved ones. On the first night, Nisa experiences disturbing visions while praying. She sees cow parts and feels drenched in blood, even though her clothes remain clean. Terrified, she screams for Galang, but he dismisses her experience as exhaustion. The next night, the curse intensifies. Nisa finds herself cutting and consuming hair from Sofia's doll, followed by violent vomiting. When she regains control, she's horrified by her actions, but Galang doesn't believe her. Meanwhile, Wulan confronts Irma, demanding to know where her jewelry is. She knows Irma visited the shaman and fears the worst. Irma, consumed by her dark plan, dismisses Wulan's concerns. That night, Irma sees a vision of her sister, dead. Panicked, she screams until Wulan rushes in, revealing the vision was just a cruel trick of the curse. Back at Galan's house, the entity continues to torment Nisa. She vomits again, this time expelling giant insects. Desperate for help, she puts the insects in a jar, hoping to show someone. Later, while caring for Galan's ailing mother, Irma experiences a sudden, inexplicable urge to kill her. She's momentarily possessed by the evil entity, but snaps out of it before causing harm. Nisa, determined to seek help, goes to retrieve the jar of insects, but they have vanished. At the same time, Galan's mother, despite being unable to walk, enters the kitchen and pours a pot of boiling food on herself. Nisa watches in horror as her mother-in-law suffers severe burns and dies. On the third night during Galan's mother's funeral, Nisa loses control again. The entity takes over, causing her to desecrate the body in front of the horrified mourners. Only Irma takes pleasure in Nisa's suffering. The imam, sensing a powerful evil, intervenes, reciting holy verses that temporarily subdue the entity. He realizes that someone has intentionally cursed Nisa with black magic. That night, Galan is haunted by nightmares. He dreams of being surrounded by women in a macabre scene that leaves him terrified. Seeking answers, he turns to the imam. The imam confirms Galan's suspicions about the curse. He explains that the entity, an Anazar, is notoriously difficult to exorcise, but he reassures Galan that with Allah's help, they can defeat the evil force. The imam gives Galan holy water to use on Nisa and instructs him to bring her to the mosque for an exorcism. Back home, Nisa is plagued by terrifying visions of Galan's mother. Just as she loses control, Galan returns and calms her down. He sprinkles the holy water on her, causing her immense pain. Galan's heart breaks, realizing he has only Nisa and Sofia left. He lovingly puts Nisa to bed and turns on the radio to a Quran recitation for protection. However, the moment he leaves, the radio malfunctions, plunging the room into an eerie silence. The entity returns with a vengeance, transforming Nisa into a horrifying, demonic figure. Meanwhile, Irma's mother is haunted by nightmares following her sister's death. She suffers a mental breakdown, smashing dishes and consuming broken glass, ultimately taking her own life. Distraught and terrified, Irma finally confesses to Wulan that she used black magic against Nisa. She reveals the shaman's promise that only Nisa's family would suffer, yet it's her loved ones who are dying. Now, Wulan is the only family she has left. Wulan, horrified by her sister's actions, wants nothing to do with her. Irma, desperate to make amends, promises to fix everything. As the fifth and final night of the curse arrives, Galan prepares to take Nisa to the imam for the exorcism. They cross paths with Irma, who intends to stop the ritual and confess to the shaman. Galan is disgusted by Irma's confession, realizing the true extent of her betrayal. As Irma tries to leave, Wulan suddenly becomes possessed. She attacks Irma, who barely escapes. Wulan pursues her relentlessly, vowing that she too will die that night. In a gruesome turn of events, Wulan climbs a tree, her hair getting tangled in the branches. As she falls, her scalp is ripped from her head, killing her instantly. Devastated and terrified, Irma races to the shaman, hoping to stop the curse and save herself. At the mosque, the imam begins the exorcism, but as he recites from the Quran, Irma's condition worsens. The evil forces, enraged by the holy verses, lash out, attacking and killing everyone in the mosque. Reaching the shaman's house, Irma finds it empty. Suddenly, the negative energy overpowers her, contorting and breaking her body in a horrific death. Back at the mosque, Nisa, now a vessel of pure evil, attacks Galan. Before she can kill him, the imam renders her unconscious. But even unconscious, Nisa's body pulsates with dark energy, wreaking havoc around them. Then, the imam notices Sofia. The horrifying truth is revealed. The black magic latched onto Sofia, not Nisa. The hair and sanitary pads Irma stole belonged to Sofia, not her mother. This explains why Irma's family, connected to Sofia through blood, also perished. Sofia, now the host of the malevolent entity, attacks Galan. He begs for forgiveness, but she shows no mercy, brutally killing her own father. The imam turns his attention to Sofia, desperately trying to exorcise the evil from her tiny body. Finally, the entity flees. Had they known the true target of the curse, countless lives could have been saved. But it's too late. The carnage is over. The film ends with Nisa, alive, but traumatized, lying in a hospital bed. Sofia, her face still carrying a hint of evil, visits her mother. It's a chilling reminder that the curse might be over, but the darkness lingers, threatening to consume the only survivor of Irma's misguided love.